Hey guys, Llama Grant here, and today we're going to be taking a look at more custom Lego minifigures. Today we're going to do the rest of Bruno's gang from Jojo Part 5. I do want to say a few things right off the bat though, before I get into this. So what I want to say is, if you haven't seen it already, and you don't follow me on Instagram, I talked about how the reference images that I use for these figures were actually the wrong reference images, and they were the manga adaptations rather than the show adaptations. This video was supposed to come out on Friday of last week, but because of that, I had to redo figures and stuff. So it came out later than I wanted it to, but I told everyone who follows my Instagram account, which is Llama Grant on Instagram, if you want to go check it out and follow that. Sometimes I post updates on stuff that I'm doing for YouTube, but much like Giorno here, I had to do both iterations because I felt that was just the best thing to do to appease the gods of YouTube and the JoJo fans. So that's also what I did here, and I just woke up not too long ago, so my voice is weird. So yeah, just mind that. But yeah, we're gonna get right into it. So we have our first character here. So this is the manga adaptation of Mista, or Mista, however you choose to pronounce it. In the anime, it's pronounced Mista, so that's how I like to say it. But I'm not going to tell you what to do. Here he is. He is one of the ones that I had to redo, obviously, because his manga and anime colors aren't the same. But this is the manga version. He wears sandals in this weird piece, which is accurate to the manga, that actually goes down the crotch in the same blue color as the belt. Got all the individual diamonds on here. The helmet, or the hat rather, was a little more difficult because I didn't have an orange paint, and it turned out kind of weird because of that. But I'm also happy that it didn't turn out that great, because that means because I made the manga colors, I can use that instead. So for the manga colors, we're just going to pop off the legs and replace them with these red ones, and we're going to pop off the hat and replace it with this one. So now he is in his show colors, and I actually do prefer this look. I think the red and blue works a lot better than the orange and blue. Not trying to hate on the Florida Gators or anything, but I just think that this color scheme works better for him. And you could have your own opinion about that. Like, I have my own opinion about these colors as well. I like Giorno's manga colors better than his show colors, but in this case, it's opposite. So, yeah. He was actually, the first one that I did, and probably the most complex. So, yeah. That's Mista. Moving on, we have Abbacchio. I prefer to call him Abbacchio. Here he is. I had a really hard time trying to find a piece to use as the little sides of the trench coat, because I really didn't have anything to use. So I ended up having to use this horrible cloth, because it was really my only option. This is the hippie hair piece from the collectible minifigure series. from a while back, and all I did here was paint it white and sort of hollow this area out more so you could see his face better. And that's really all I did for the face. The body was pretty simple. Trying to get the there we go, the hair off, so you can see his whole face there, because his hair does cover up a lot of it, as you can see in there. That there it is. But yeah, Abbacchio was the simplest out of all of them to do, other than the waist cape thing here. Just because the difficulty of figuring out what to do there, but other than that, he was the most simple to do. So yeah, that's Abbacchio. Now, the next figure we have here is actually the entire reason that I wanted to make both iterations, because I realized that this character, called Fugo, is actually pretty much completely different looking in the manga. His clothes are exactly the same other than the coloring of them. In the manga they're red, like this, and in the show they are bright green. But really what made me want to change it is because the face and the hair on the manga adaptation of Fugo is completely different looking than the show iteration of Fugo. This is just a Sensei Wu beard piece that I trimmed a little bit up here, and a stud that's holding on to the head. You can move it out of the way and see that there's still hair drawn there. But I thought this was alright. I think it still looks good. But yeah, in the manga he looks like this, and that's pretty cool. You have the holes in his clothes, which are weird. I didn't want to do the holes on the arms because I didn't have much time to do that. And then you have his tie and the holes in his clothes and everything there. But that's pretty much it for him. Now you're about to see why I wanted to do both iterations, because this really threw me off after finding the correct reference images. This is the manga version, and this is the show version. Like I said, they're pretty much like completely different in most aspects. Like the whole head area is completely different. The body is mostly the same, it just has different coloring. But this was the main problem that I had with my series of figures, was that Fugo looked nothing like he did in the show. Compared to the anime, I don't know why they changed that design so much, but they did, and this is what I have for Fugo. Same thing, same deal with the arms there. Just didn't want to go through all that. It's a lot. I couldn't really get the exact green that I wanted for his clothes. I did want to get the same green as the arms, because that matches the anime colors pretty well. But unfortunately, I couldn't really get my hands on that right green color, so I had to use what I had closest to me, which matches up alright. I mean, it's more of like a light olive green than a sort of a light green, but I think it still works. This is also one of the cases where I do prefer the manga look over the show look. Just thought I'd throw that in there because I didn't say anything about that. So yeah, this was the whole main reason that I had to like postpone the video, because I had to make this whole other figure, and was really upset that I had to do that, because I literally announced on Instagram that video would be coming out later today, and I posted that on Friday. And then I realized I fucked up, so here we are. But anyway, let's move on to the last character. For the last character here, we have Narancia. So here he is, with his little waistskirt thing that's just paper. Very simple. This was one of the more simple ones, alongside Abbacchio. Except I didn't really have any problem with the waist thing, since I already had this waist cape already made. I just had to modify it a little bit. But Abbacchio was one of the more simpler of all of them. He's got his little hairband there. Take the hat off, you can see all the bangs. This hairpiece doesn't like to go on half the time though, but when you get it on, then it's fine. Also, this is the one that probably has the least detail on this entire set, because he doesn't really have much going on in the torso or arm area, so there's that. He also doesn't have anything going on in the leg area. The legs are just pure black. Same with Abbacchio, which is why it was really simple. So all I really had to do that was difficult was the face. That was really all that was a challenge with this guy here. But yeah, so that's all the members of the Team Bucciarati so far. So I guess we should get a few group shots. Let's do that. Alright, here's the manga group all together now. I put them on a boat because it's sort of fitting, being what we've seen in the show so far has mostly taken place in the past few episodes on a boat, so it makes sense. So now we're going to switch into the show colors. I couldn't find the words there for a minute. Whoosh. Boom, now we're in the anime colors. And I think they look pretty good together as a whole in both manga and anime adaptations. I really like how they turned out. And I hope you guys too enjoy these guys. I worked really hard on them. I wanted to get them right. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button down below to show me that you did. As always, if you haven't already, make sure to also hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new content from the channel. And I'll see you guys later. Bye! And I was gonna do a stop motion at the end of this video where they all do the torture dance, but due to the time cut that I wasn't expecting, I couldn't really do that. So sorry about that. Maybe I'll come out with that as a separate stop motion later. I don't know. Maybe.